Hello, my name is Abe and welcome back to Tiny Rogues. We have a lot of runs completed in this game. Well, maybe they're not completed runs, but we have one more that I want to do. It's the final character unlock, the Paladin, the high heavens as the knight. This guy right here. Block is refreshed before entering a boss fight. That shouldn't be too bad. And I haven't been paying attention at all to the random gift we've been getting. I think last run it was like, we got the bomb bag, which was great. But, yeah, there's only one character left to unlock. We have all of the B-side characters yet to play as. Not all of them, but like half of them. I might not play all of them in a, in my current run through of Tiny Rogues. I suspect that very shortly I might, we have so much HP, what the heck? At some point I might put Tiny Rogues on the back burner and wait to come back to this game for when it gets another update, another mega update, because there should be another mega update coming at some point. Mana drain refund and last forever. Oh, heck yeah! It is a potion buff, so that would synergize with, you know, getting the, I guess we could go a magic knight build. All we get is, dude, why not? Let's go for a magic knight build. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say, doesn't matter. Something. Tiny Rogues has been great. I assume it's gonna get another big update at some point soon. And then when that happens, hopefully we can come back to the game, or maybe I'll just wait until it finishes its early access. Currently it is, I think they said they expect it to be completed in December of 2024, so I have no keys, so unfortunately rip that. This is stats. 5 strength, 5 dexterity, 5 intelligence. So I guess the real question is, what the heck do we want to do on this run? We are the knight, but we have no inherent benefits towards strength, dexterity, or intelligence. The only thing that we benefit from is just the fact that we have those stats. But you know what? Let's go strength. I feel like we haven't done a big strength run recently, even though we got that potion early. We'll go for the strength, and we will hope that those bonus strength points allow us to get strength traits. I'm actually not sure if that's how it works. It could be that it's only your like hard points that determine what kind of traits you get, you know, whether it's a red, green, or blue trait, I don't know. I kind of hope that it is the, I hope that it's including your pets, is basically what I'm talking about. Temporary points, let's say. We have a bomb, let's go for the random loot rock. I'd rather have that than a shrine blessing. I've never seen a shrine blessing that I thought was any good. I really thought originally that those were gonna be like permanent things, like permanent buffs that would last over the course of the entire run. I don't think that's the case. Shark tooth necklace. Increased damage dealt to armor. If only it was increased crits, then it might be a Terraria reference. I don't know. I can't remember what the Terraria shark tooth necklace does. I think it's all of your hits do 5 more damage or something to that effect. One of the few items in the game that is just like a flat damage bonus as opposed to like a percentage bonus or something. So I know that this person called Ruby is the developer of Tiny Rogues. Everyone always talks about Ruby Dev, and that they're the sole developer of the game. Did they make the music as well? Because if they did, they did a pretty good job, honestly. 1 stamina boots. Dart projectiles after 5 attacks with the dart wrists. Increased dash length. I think we'll go for the dart projectiles on attacks. Why not? Next pawn shop, floor 3. I like the gloves. You know, it's early. They're not that good, but they're good enough for the time being. It's not a periodical, though. I've never done a periodical build yet in this game. It's really hard to get that to work. Bubonic says increases armor penetration by 5. Right. So it is kind of like buffing the damage by raw value, but it just makes enemies' defense worse in Terraria. Yeah. I remember. It's another tally. We are using a melee weapon right now on the tally of attacks. Shoot darts, trigger a striking body effect. Then again, I mean, we have focused might. Look, it's no resolute technique, but it is a focused might. Lethal hits with your primary attack. We've got some dice though. Let's re-roll. Might just go for brawler. Primary attack deals a guaranteed critical hit and triggers your on-dash effects. If we get dash effects, swagger is amazing. But brawler is also just really nice to have, so that we have more damage on rooms that have more enemies, and then it's also at a very minimum 30% damage bonus and 30% radius bonus. We don't really have much to do with the radius, but it is still nice. Chilling Mini Bee upgrades the Maxi Bee at upgrade level 4. I do like bees. Swift Saber grants swiftness on hit, very short range. Our current weapon is a short range. Ninja Dagger, short range. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna go for the gun. Don't at me. I'm not gonna go for a bad melee weapon early, you know? I'll take the gold. I'd much rather go for, hey, you know, at least it's range. I'll take some fish and chips. One of these days, though, I will have to actually do like a short range melee run. Really, I need to do a fisticuffs run one of these days. It's a achievement in the game. It doesn't unlock anything, but it is a playstyle I've never really utilized before. Let's go for the key. We can actually open a chest. Although really, I'm just gonna be looking for mimics more than anything else. Charm or a magic weapon? Give me a charm. Hey, Space Ghost. Are you poisoned? What the heck is poisoning you? Does this weapon poison? Hold on. Oh, it does, because it's a bee gun. Bees don't poison, though. So why is the bee gun poisoning? +2 maximum companion capacity, increased companion damage. That's a damage buff because we have more companions. It's also a lot of strength bonuses, which is kind of nice. Periodically shoot a quasar beam at the nearest enemy every 6 seconds. It's a pendant. It's an accessory. We could grab it. You know, I wouldn't be against the idea of trying to build periodicals, but it's really, really hard to build around periodicals. What if we just go for more companions, but companions suck, so maybe this also sucks? Screw it. Oh, High Heavens, right? Good shop. Attack speed with guns and cannons. Well, increased physical damage. I can buy 2 things. We'll buy this and this. Reynolds says bees are full of poison. Pax says bees poison. That's why the stings are so painful. Good Felix says bees are venomous, not poisonous. Thank you, Good Felix. I was gonna say, I don't remember bees being poisonous. Also, doesn't that mean that this is an incorrect gun inflicting poison? Shouldn't it inflict venom? Shouldn't it be venomous, not poisonous? All right, that's actually pretty cool. Just a giant FU laser. Uh-oh. Lasers? It is nice to have the periodicals, you know, you don't have to actually kill the enemies if you can just wait long enough and wait for them to just die to a laser beam. Diamond armor. Well, we're not gonna equip that for now, but it is good to have, especially if we're gonna have a lot of strength on a run like this. Apparently plants don't like bees. Go figure. Another secret room. Ugly Christmas sweater. It periodically intimidates enemies, they take more damage. Maybe this can work as a periodical build. Now we aren't gonna make it work anytime soon, but maybe, just maybe. Strength or chest? I will take strength because that's not a mimic. I think I undervalue getting items early because oftentimes I'm using kind of bad equipment later on in the game. Then again, you know, you don't need a lot of equipment early. You only really need to start getting equipment at like level floor 5 or 6, I would have to guess. Splendid. Cold damage mini bead. You know, if we make it affected by mana stars, and we make it the maxi bead, we could get a pretty good weapon here. Huh? Oh, you gave me the branch. Oh, I don't even have to use it now. Yeah, okay. I see that there's illegal gun parts, but we have to upgrade this to level 4 and then it'll loop. And this only upgrades to level 4 anyways. Yeah, we're fine. Give me some bombs. Give me some dice. Oh, I already did, never mind. We're good, right? We can go? Let's go. I'm overthinking it. I should have probably gotten some booze though. Ever since they fixed the bug with the booze not actually working properly, now I'm a big boozer. I've been a boozer since way back. Critical hit multiplier. When an enemy takes radiant damage, gain holy fire. It is a very minor fire damage buff. Range damage is considered close range. I think these all suck, although the critical hits could be pretty good. Barbarism. I think this is a reroll. Opportunity. Your next attack grants you opportunity. More attack speed. Bonus doubles for melee weapons, lasts 8 seconds. Shock aura. We do have power, so... Well, again, I don't know if power affects area radius. It just is radius. And then there's another tally. Look, we're not really going for aura, but aura, it still scales, right? Targets take 5 to 75 lightning damage. Five times per second. It's not bad early. Look, let's just take it. And you know what I'm gonna do? Let's walk into a room and see if the aura gets larger. Not this room, this room. Ooh, super pine resin. Okay, so when we walk into the room, it should get larger. It did. We've now conclusively determined that power does indeed affect aura radius. It's kind of hard for me to pay attention to it though. But look at that, it got smaller when we killed him. There we go, conclusively determined. Conclusively. Critical hit chance with swords After standing still, fear all enemies in the room. Repeat every 8 seconds while standing still. These all suck, but I can't re-roll them, so we're just gonna take the highest quality one to sell. I do think that it should be rephrased, because when things buff aura radius, it says buff aura radius, and then this one doesn't say it buffs aura radius, it says area radius, which is, I don't know, maybe different from the aura radius. It doesn't say all radiuses, you know. Adds 25% to the super effective multiplier, lasts 1 floor. It's just trash. There's a piece of equipment that makes those buffs permanent, but if you don't have that, then the shrine benefits are just god-awful. That doesn't mean all enemies take more damage. That means when you hit an enemy with a super effective multiplier, they take more damage, which is very situational. Increase damage per armor you have. That's raw damage, but why don't we keep the Christmas sweater? Everyone loves a good Christmas sweater. Rare weapons. Well, I'm gonna upgrade the B eventually. But we can grab a weapon maybe. Potent double-edged throwing knives. The Separator. 100% ruthless hit chance. The problem with it, though, is that its base damage is very low, but it is a melee weapon, and we haven't been doing a lot of melee stuff right yet. So why don't we grab it, place this. We've got a Separator. 3 strength or 1 HP. I will go for the 3 strength. Now I wish I had saved the key, though. Actually, the weapon is pretty good. Force the door! 4-door. I mean, this does afflict poison, which is a nice little DOT, but I don't know, Separator's been okay. That's not a mimic. How much is this? 10. 10, 15, 20, 25. 45 plus another, this is like, what, 60 gold, 70 gold? We don't have enough to upgrade this to level 4. In that case, let's not. And let's save our money and then upgrade stuff later. There's our mimic. Need keys. Well, there's an upgrade. Mer. 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 Like playing it like 12, 13 times. Then we break it. On draining an accumulated amount of half mana, trigger a moonbeam that deals radiant damage to a random enemy. Okay, we'll check out moonbeam. I will also dump that short sword, because who cares? So that's what it looks like. I mean, it did do a pretty good job there. I don't know if it's particularly good. Increase companion damage per companion you have. Grants gold pine resin. All right, let's just take that one. Each point of mana additionally grants crushing hit chance. That's way more than the Separator. Okay, we gotta put some buffs on things. It's gonna, and then I do see the clockwork hammer. Attacks with this weapon advance your periodicals. We can get the there it is. Quasar pendant constantly, in theory. Let's short range, but it could be fun. Sure, let's upgrade it. And then we can take the armor. Let's upgrade it again. Then we can take a weapon. We're gonna leave the crown. I guess I could get rid of the boots, but I don't know. Maybe we want to use the bee gun at some point. Oh, hello. The real question is, how exactly does the faster periodicals work? Is it when I swing the weapon or hit with the weapon? There's not really like an on-screen indicator for how far into a periodical you are. Rage when you attack seems pretty good with a melee build. Unlucky hit gains swiftness. Your next 3 attacks on dash are guaranteed to repeat. Wedding ring. No, we'll go for the Viking helmet. We'll give it a go. Range on this is awful. The range on this is pretty bad, but again, like if the periodical is incrementing with attacks that don't land, then we can just buff the attack speed and then just, you know, swing for the periodicals. I don't know if that's the case because it says attacks advance your periodicals, but it doesn't say when you hit. It just says attacks. So it feels like by definition swinging just makes the periodicals go up. But I don't know if that's the case. You know, it's not like attacking applies a buff to you that grants 25.25 seconds of periodical negation. You know, it's just, hey, attacks periodical. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. So I don't know, we'll see. 2, 3, 4. It's totally working. It's like every 4 seconds right now. It should be every 6 seconds, but I'm doing about 8 attacks in there between, you know, times when this thing swings. So yeah, I think it's working. That's cool. Mana regen, give me a meat shank. So yeah, the range is terrible, but if we just kind of buff our attack speed and just chill out at a distance, nothing can stop us. Also, please get shot by the electric aura. We in floor 6 yet? No. We gotta sell a lot of garbage. Give me a golden chest, please. Damn it. Now having the helmet grant rage, which is an attack speed buff, does help the periodicals. But who cares? What the heck? And then I don't know why that happens sometimes where you walk into a room and lasers go off. I'm wondering if maybe standing still in a room and just firing for like 10 minutes would just make like 8 lasers go off when you walk into the next room. Like maybe it just queues up. Increased ailment duration and ailments inflicted by non-crits have doubled effect. Damage rolls twice, you take the lower value, but you have more companions. On critical hit, gain Berserk. More attack and movement speed lasts 8 seconds. I mean, it's a move and attack speed buff. That seems pretty good, right? 12% crit rate. We're gonna crit on occasion. I think we can take Berserking. Ellington team, welcome. How are you doing? The Nor, hello. Finally, some proper entertainment on this godforsaken site. Site as in Twitch, or site as in, oh man, the work site. I should really be, making sure the heavy machinery isn't, running people over with my hard hat on, clunk clunk. But I'm on break. I'm on my union mandated break. Like that. Buff my hammer. I do want to buff the bee gun, though. I want to get the bee gun leveled up. I guess we don't have to do it now. We can do it later. Sure, shot me. Guns! Sparky TB, welcome. Rogue is red, violets are blue. Today is a Sunday, how are you? If it wasn't a Sunday if it wasn't a Sunday both, but I'm a God-fearing man, says the Nor. Careful, you're gonna have to, penitent yourself. What? Look, blasphemy joke in there somewhere. I don't really care about any of these weapons, although I love explosion damage. Why does this drain mana? Does this drain mana? Oh, well, that's weird. When I look at a weapon holding this, it says every weapon drains mana, but that's not correct. It's just this weapon that drains mana. Well, that's a bug. Stupid, lazy game developer can't program their game correctly. What the heck? No, okay, but I understand now. It's actually affecting the damage of the weapon. That's funny. I love the incinerator. Incinerator is a great weapon, but I really kind of have a desire to continue this build, and we do explosion damage all the time. I'm gonna skip the shop. We can get a burger, or we can go for a mimic. Bug? That's a Bethesda reference. We want to trade. We found this, it's ours. Nice spaceship. Are you a reference to something? Probably, I mean, it's, you know what game this is. Burger is good, but mimics? There you go. I want to see what we get out of the mimics. We got the sheriff set again. Prism staff, toad plague scroll, 3 strength on a charm. Oh, pretty good. Those are Jawas. They look like Jawas, but what's the ship? I've never seen that ship before. Or is that like a from Star Wars Episode 8 thing? I don't know how many Star Wars films there are now. I'm gonna be honest. I think I've seen 5 Star Wars films? It's from the Christmas special, says the Nor. I don't remember that from the Christmas special either. Gonna be honest with you. Okay, make this, oh, we can just equip this. Freaking fantastic. I don't care about those. Accessory or offhand? Offhand, we have a shield. Our accessory is a periodical. Let's go for the offhand and maybe try to get something else here. If that's the rage bonus, we're attacking very quickly. Rage and berserk. Clown mask! Repeating sequence of granting increased fire, cold, lightning, and damage buffs. It doesn't give you those effects, it just increases your damage of those effects, which makes it much worse. Bows and crossbows taunt. Whenever you taunt, also fear them. Okay, what can I hold? What can I hold? I can't hold anything. I can reroll. Let's reroll. You've only seen 5 and yet you've seen Chewbacca Christmas special? I respect that, says the Nor. 20 power. Hey, on completing a full rotation, charms the nearest enemy. You take more damage at far range. Rubber boots, on triggering any effect, gain haste. 1 stack of haste grants an angry cloud that increases trigger damage, which, is this a trigger? I don't think a periodical is a trigger. Because it doesn't say periodical periodically trigger a quasar beam. It just says periodical, so I don't think that'll work on triggering any effect. I don't see it. I do like the power bonus. I mean, that will just affect our aura and our damage directly, and will charm. So this is the buff to a lot of these orbital offhand items. They give you power now, which is nice. So we'll just dump the shield and equip this. Probably should keep the shield though, because we like the fact that this thing protects us from some damage. Why don't we dump the bracelet and we'll take the shield and we'll equip the shield and then the block will recharge. Hey GD, welcome. I'm doing all right. I hope you're having a good day. Let's go for broccoli. Actually, wait. Now that this has been recharged. Quasar beam's pretty good though. Because actually, the damage of it is way larger than what's listed. It's not 700 to 900, it's 7,000 to 9,000 because it hits 10 times. I'll go for the gold. And it does seem like you can preload the periodicals by swinging your hammer in a room, which I like. Key or rare? I like our weapons. Go for the key. We got a couple of free periodicals, which is nice. All right. Pawn shop. We need to go to the pawn shop. Thank you. We're gonna dump knight's armor, separator, Magitech hammer. Yeah. We have to keep this so it doesn't spawn again. We're gonna dump the. Well, you know, this could work with the on drain, or sorry, on trigger. Because this will trigger every half mana drain. Did we not take? I think we didn't take that equipment, right? Yeah. Okay. Just dump this and keep this stuff. We are doing physical damage. Drop the intelligence charm, and then we'll move on. Instruction manual, candy scroll, banshee tome. I mean, gaining 10 stacks of sugar rush is pretty freaking hilarious because then we just attack so super quickly. But I don't want to have to deal with that micromanagement. I've done it previously. I do like, I mean, I think we want to do periodicals on this run, if we can. Honk. Also B-gun. It's now the Maxi B, which does 100 to 200 thrusting damage and inflicts poison, but it's a lot faster. I don't know, is that any better? It doesn't seem like it improved that much. Seems like it may have improved, you know, slightly. Gloves or an accessory? I would love new gloves. I mean, the freaking, wow. Super beam does just annihilate this owl. Yeah, it's good for like stacking bonuses, but debuffs persist indefinitely and have doubled effect. Do we want that? Well, yes, because nothing else is worth it, and this is more expensive. So this would be good for periodically inflicting intimidation, but otherwise, I like having the Quasar Pendant over this. Thrusting damage inflicts bleed. So the Maxi B could bleed, but bleed doesn't stack, so the low value wouldn't really be that effective. I'll just get the calcium? They changed the name of it at some point? It's funny. How good are we? We're pure good? All right, in that case, we are fine. Gotta stop taking damage though. Might wanna consider going back to the shield for boss fights because we get that block every floor. I do like having the power buff though. Yeah, you know, the hammer is a lot better than I thought it would be. Knowing now that it actually does work when you don't hit the enemy, it's fantastic. I'm just trying to get a mana star, because then we have a faster attack rate, then when we walk into a room, we get more periodicals, etc., etc. I mean, it's 5,000 damage on a crit from the Quasar Beam. That's pretty good. Why do I keep calling it Quasar Beam? I know that's what it's actually called, but what am I, a nerd? Oh, excuse me, I had to sneeze. Increased repeat damage. Dark damage with corruption. Ragnarok! Oh, there you are. Hey, look at that periodical. Although it's a different weapon, so the periodicals wouldn't work together. But it is still just an absolutely absurdly overpowered weapon. So, I mean, I'm definitely gonna take it. I mean, come on. Dun, 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 dun. Not cursed. Let's give it a buff. You want us to answer that, says the North. No. Power also increases effective debuffs you inflict. So that would be... Intimidation would be slightly stronger. I also like the idea of taking natural burden. Now that I understand it, you lose your buffs from strength, dexterity, and intelligence. So we would lose 4% crit chance, small attack speed, a lot of equip load, but we would gain top end damage, critical hit multiplier, movement speed, stamina recovery, and mana regeneration. So the movement speed and the top end damage are the big ones there, but I think I'm actually just gonna re-roll. Strength is better crits. Two-handed melee weapons count as one-handed. It's against bleeding enemies, makes them vulnerable. I mean, bigger crits might be kind of nice. Crit chance is currently 9%. Sure, give me big crits. I want big crits. Okay, I mean, kind of feels like cheating to a degree, doesn't it? Like, we've definitely rolled this build before, aka the build of, just stand still and let Ragnarok kill everything. Increased attack speed for the Rhythm. Rhythm is a buff that reduces all tally requirements by 2 and lasts 8 seconds. So that works with the wrist darts. Oh, block charm, we want that. Do two-handed melee weapons count as both two-handed and one-handed with Titan's Grip? So, Maman, the perk that makes melee weapons count as, it makes two-handed melee weapons count as one-handed, it doesn't remove the fact that they're two-handed. It just adds the fact that they're one-handed. So it would still count for two-handed weapons and one-handed weapons. We've learned that previously. We've done that before. So it's actually quite strong. I mean, we'll use it. You know what? Yeah, why not? There. It's now an Unreal Maxaby. That's a Terraria reference. 10 attacks per second, though, is pretty good. And by the way, we can still make this a periodical build. We just have to find some other way of periodically making Ragnarok to work. Don't know what hit me. Gets a little confusing sometimes, doesn't it? It's a lot of potion effects. We get the compound bow, guaranteed repeats, and the deck of cards. That's a Dead Cells reference. Recover mana on hit, deals area damage on hit, seeks targets. We've had that before. We don't need the anti-curse. We don't need the hunting knife. Grab this for later. Deck of cards we can sell, and we are good. Ragnarok is really just like, hey, just dodge forehead for a while. It is nice to have the laser beam. I wish I got a... There should be a perk that lets you dual wield. I want to hold two big hammers. Orbital speed and inflicts vulnerability. On non-triggered lucky hit, trigger a blessed hammer. After not attacking for 1 second, gain lethal hits. What's our lucky hit chance? 5%. Natural burden again. With 34 strength, I don't really want to dump our strength, especially because we actually have benefits from strength now. Critical hit multipliers. I think instead we will... Razor's Edge? I don't do slashing damage, so it doesn't do anything, but... On dash we can repeat, I guess. Mother of Zerg, welcome. How are you doing today? How is Age of Wonders 4? The Norse says, I don't feel like you're allowed to harp on Tiny Rogues references, Abe. After all, you're an Oddworld reference. Deck of cards. Cards is clearly a League of Legends reference. Nerd. I don't know why I autocorrected that. I realize Abe doesn't use 7 TV, says Maman. Yeah, I didn't see any emotes. I don't want these perks, but we don't slash. I guess literally one step ahead is better. Let's get some money. Although, actually, that would be pretty good with the clockwork hammer. Let's go. Because every time you dash, you get doubled effect of the periodical lowering, right? Also, that solves the money problem. Deadly Lance. Movement speed also applies to damage dealt. +2 mana stars. Cobalt Shield. Cobalt Shield's pretty good. Better than the round shield, I think. Grab that. should have probably attuned this previously, because now we gotta fight a boss. I love seeing that big chest, man. Big chest man. Well, there goes my block. Luckily I had the shield? No, the charm. It's okay, they'll get him one of these days. Got him. Zerg says, it's fun. I've downloaded mods that make me powerful, as that is fun for me. I'd like to see how powerful you can get in those types of games if everything is going to your benefit. Fair. Iframes after taking damage, duration of status effects, increase effect of auras. Effect of auras doesn't mean size of auras. We'll take whatever we can sell. Increase attack speed with guns and cannons. On dash, your next 3 attacks with a gun or cannon are guaranteed to repeat. I mean, we can get a lot of damage done with the max EB, but I mean, we're well beyond this damage output with the things that we currently have. So, we'll give me the gold pine resin. Take this and sell it next floor. Damage depending on how good you are. Charm. Luck. I would like them both, but we'll take the damage charm for sure. Nora says, how did you know that's how I sound? In my head, I just assume that the most nerdy voice imaginable is always what the Nor sounds like. Yes, please give me some armor. What up? Give me some epic weapons. Star Fury. Can hit multiple times, lots of slashing damage bonuses. Gun Shaku. Spins a gun around you that also fires and shoots things. And Unreal Lucerne. Here's my pawn shop. I'm gonna take this and sell it. We're gonna get so much money. I really want to use the bee at some point, I think. Even though I'm not going to, in all likelihood. I just don't want to get rid of it. We have so much cash, though. Holy crap. Examine the crystal pine. It's super crystal pine resin, too. I mean, I might even take a perk that locks in the resin bonuses. We have good infusion buffs on these. Yeah, we're gonna make the Ragnarok benefit from mana, because I thought it would buff the damage of the periodical effects, but it doesn't. Interesting. We get a whetstone. Don't need it. Save it for a second. I guess we're just gonna booze up a bit. Increased damage over time, lucky hit chance. Yeah, we'll just go for the beer. B needs a whetstone. I mean, what I would like to do is I would like to upgrade it, then whetstone it, so it saves me a little bit of cash, but I mean, you're not wrong. Titan ring. Crushing hit chance with two-handed weapons. That only benefits the B. But we would lose the pendant. Grants 100% damage over time against poisoned targets. Well, we could roll. Why is it giving me a crit chance? Could roll that with the B, it would do a lot more poison damage. Can't roll both at the same time. This is just an ice scimitar, it's a magnifying glass. Beam attacks from you or your companions inflict vulnerability. Is this a beam? Quasar beam. It would inflict vulnerability, make enemies take more damage. It's an offhand, which means we would lose power though. I don't know, it all sucks. I don't want any of this. Although there are really good synergies here. Dun, 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 dun. You know, crushing hits are pretty powerful. I wonder if, oh, it's only two-handed weapons, so it's not gonna work with Ragnarok. Okay. Because if we could make the lightning do crushing hit, that would be awesome. I don't think there's anything that makes one-handed weapons benefit from two-handed weapon bonuses. I don't see this actually really doing that much. Unless we transition into Max EB, which I guess is technically possible. Just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. Key, gold, key, strength. I'll take the strength. We do need to level up a little bit more. I mean, we are just doing a lot of damage at this point. It's a perk? So there's a perk that makes it so that one-handed weapons benefit from two-handed, like, perks and synergies? Okay, handcuffs. I'll have to check it out, maybe. We're not gonna find another pawn shop, unless we find a... here's the thing. Buff the B, take this, might sell it. Set item or magic weapon? Neither. Sure. Yeah, Ragnarok's way better than the beam. Ragnarok's more likely to land. Not because it's actually more likely to land, but because the enemy's less likely to dodge it. Man, boss fights get so loud. Increase orbital speed. Rabbit paws. Faster tick rate of periodical effects. That we want, I think, because that's just a direct synergy with the Ragnarok hammer. It's more meteors and lightning strikes. I think we'll take it. Hey, Pixely, welcome. How you doing? I see he's already destroying everything. I'm destroying some things. Yeah, again, not really like a mega periodical build. We just have some periodical effects. Or rather, we just have Ragnarok. And then everything gets real loud when we walk into a room. But this is way better than the Quasar Beam, so I don't really care. Two-handed melee weapons count as one-handed, but not vice versa. Boo's effect is permanent and has more effect. Mana gives you companion damage. Oh, baby, companion damage. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Companion damage. There's no way we can lose. Increase effective charm. Take more damage at far range. I mean, technically we do charm, but what do we care? You know what? I'm doing it. Now I've got a bee gun. Let's use it in one of these rooms. Shop or bombs? I guess we'll try out the shop, see if we can buy something good. Increase damage depending on how evil you are. Dexterity pickups. Accessory for more magic. This all sucks. Sorry, dude. You know, the bee is actually pretty good. It was 8,000 damage. Why was it so much damage on a hit? What the heck? Oh, it was probably the darts. One of the benefits of this is that it triggers those darts so frequently. Yeah, that would make sense. That's with 2 infusions, imagine 6. Well, that's with 2 infusions that are the good infusions as well. And we're not gonna make them permanent, unfortunately, rip. We also don't have this with the bee gun, the rage buffs. Actually, that was just the bee gun. That's not bad damage out of the bee gun. Increase attack speed helmet. On the tally of 5 primary attacks, advance periodicals by 1 second. Yeah, if we get the set, maybe we'll try it. We're going up, I think. Nice Norse build, Viking helmet, Armageddon and a hammer, chewing poison shrooms, says the Nor. Nice Nor spilled. Ah, You see, and this one says periodically trigger. The other thing said periodically cause a beam. Are they the same? Are they different? I don't know. But we'll buff the triggers. Yeah, sure. Sure. It does buff the triggers on this. I don't have the other piece of equipment though. I can't check whether. Oh, I do have this. Does this work on the beams? 4163? I don't know. Let's find out. Hey, we got him. Just walk around, walk around. Okay, armor that keeps you alive, I like it. Equip load capacity. Well, our equip load is 200 more, or 150 more than we're using, so probably unnecessary. I'm gonna save my key for a set chest. That's a fast floor. Let's do it. You know, that's a good point. The Quasar Beam did scale with our stats, which normally happens on triggers. So yeah, it probably counts as a trigger, I guess. It just doesn't say it, which is, I'm assuming just a mistake. Mana Flux additionally grants a chance for magic attacks to repeat, makes guns and cannons drain mana, increase trigger damage. Increase movement speed per stack of tipsiness. Would we rather have more ticks? 4 times per second, or more damage? Would this buff the trigger damage that much? Let's see. So, you know what? Open calculator. 2323 times 4.05 equals 9,408. If we equip this, then the damage goes to, hold on, open this, Alt-Tab. 3227 times 3, which is 9,681, a change of 273 damage per second. I'm just gonna keep the pocket watch. We'll make them faster as opposed to better, okay? I mean, that's the thing. They're like effectively the same thing. If we had, because it doesn't actually double the damage. It changes the internal math from like a times 3.2 damage multiplier to a times 4.2 damage multiplier, which is less than what it is on paper. So it's not really that much more damage, unfortunately. And actually, faster tick rates, I don't know if they work with infusions, but they'll work with, you know, triggering things, you know, doing crits, doing etc., applying fire damage. Although I guess the more damage would make the fire damage better, but who cares? More shock. I mean, we hit maximum shock on bosses in like 2 seconds, so the maximum shock isn't going to do much. I have no dice. Actually, I can re-roll something. Let me think. We don't need this freaking aura. Spellblade. Melee weapons drain mana and grants attack speed. It already drains mana. Reduces global tally threshold requirements by 1. Additionally, reduce global tally requirements further per maximum point of block you have. Do we tally at all? Wrist darts? Oh boy. Wrist darts. Holy Fire. When your enemies take radiant damage from you or your companions, gain Holy Fire. We don't do radiant damage, so... And I'm out of dice? Well, that's a bit of a waste. But to be honest, we weren't using that trait anyways. Hello, trait. Hello, trait book, trait tome. What do you got for me? Your equip load capacity is halved, but you gain 100% crushing hit chance. Yoink. He's done it. Who needs Resolute Technique when you have Glass Cannon? I really thought you know, glass cannon, you would think that you would take more damage, but dude, half equip load when you are a strength build, that's no problem. And now we're gonna max roll. I don't know if you actually max roll on secondary effects or periodicals, but at least the cannon will max roll. Not cannon, but the hammer. Should have taken lucky hit chance here. Honestly, I can't even tell. There's too much stuff going on. I think it works. I just saw 400 in there though. I don't know. I mean, I am seeing a lot of rooks in there, like the chess piece. Come on. Rhythm. Rip the ability to get the Zealot set. Yeah, let's take another trait, see if we get something else. After not attacking, stack up to guaranteed lethal hits with primary attacks, maximum 10. Critical hits gain Berserk, Booze is permanent, double critical hit multiplier. For repeated attacks, on dash, repeat your next attack. You know, that one we can probably dump. Immunity to push and pull is really nice for the fight, but I think we've got enough HP to do it, especially because I think we have enough damage to do it. Let's... Oh. We could also... Oops, sorry. We could also just equip the armor. We would do a little bit less damage to bosses, but Intimidate is less effective on bosses anyways, so you know what, let's just do it. There we go. Now we're guaranteed to win, essentially. Whoa! Oh, I got a hit on that one. Got it! That didn't go that badly at all, actually. Username welcome. I don't know anything about this game besides it's a bullet hell. Looks fun, but not my type of game. I mean, if you like... Please. If you like bullet hells. If you like Gungeon, Isaac, you would like this. Similar enough gameplay, but it's in a nice, unique, original package. Actually, it's completely unoriginal in every way, but other than that. All right, well that's, you know, just Ragnarok run, let's be honest. We didn't have much control over what happened on that run. Man, that's what I mean about the weapons just being so much more important than anything else. You get a good weapon and you just freaking crush it. But we unlocked the Paladin, the final class, if we can find him. A valiant paladin, armored in faith and steel, sworn to uphold justice and smite evil with holy wrath. You're granted 30 to 40 radiant damage per maximum point of armor you have. Free radiant damage with a lot of strength built in. Sure, I can see it. That was a fun I think one of the reasons why the weapons are the most important thing you can have on your run is because most of the time, the other equipment you have is either agnostically good, you know, it's something that's like plus damage, plus power, plus attack speed, you know, it's just stats, or it's synergistical with something that's very specific. Plus 0.25% periodical tick rate every time you dash, and your tally requirements go down by 2. Like, it's very specific, which either means that if you have enough of that equipment, you can be exceptionally overpowered, or if you don't have a lot of that equipment, it's not really doing that much, it feels. Like the Clockwork Hammer, on its own, it was making that Quasar Beam happen a little bit more frequently, and perhaps if we had more periodical effects, that could have been an even better synergy to go down, but we only really had the one periodical effect. The other one was Intimidate, which we don't need that to happen more than once every 8 seconds or so. But when you get something like Ragnarok, you know, you're not a factor in the run anymore. It's like getting max level Sir Junkin in Enter the Gungeon. You just kind of sit back and relax at that point. And even when you get all of the loot after a boss fight, a lot of the time the loot there is still garbage. But, you know, a lot of that is just because it's not useful for your run, for your particular character. Like, oh, I don't need magic bonuses, I'm a melee character, or something to that effect. But, yeah, I mean, Ragnarok, it's a good weapon. For now, for everyone out there on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Tiny Rogues.